Welcome, boys and girls. Mr. Lacefield here, ready to take you on an adventure. I felt as though you needed an expert, this case, a sailor here, to help you as you navigated through a new piece of technology. In this case, it's called Adobe Cloud Express. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be making a flyer that allows you to display the cool information that you learned about the new inventions that helped with early exploration. Now, to get started, of course, you've already seen your video and you've clicked on that video in your assignment. Down here at the bottom of your assignment, you'll also see that there's a link for login. And I went on and gave you two pictures that you could use. You don't have to use those pictures for the activity that you're going to be using when you're making your flyer, but it's okay that I went on and put some in there for you to use those that I gave you to make it a little bit easier as you're creating that. So all you have to do to get started is just click right here. And once you've clicked there, it's going to take you to this page. Now you have a free account if you log in with your Google. So I'm just going to click log in with Google and I'm going to click. And now I have my Adobe Cloud up and ready to go. Now you'll actually see that if you've already made some of your things, which I have down here at the bottom, we can move this guy out of the way. Boop. You can see I have two recent projects that I've been working on, and we can peek at those and look at those, and I can edit those later on. So this is actually a little example that I went on created using Adobe Cloud Express. Okay. This is actually an example that I created using Adobe Cloud Express. Again, I didn't get everything in here. There's still things that I'm going to need to change along the way. So this is Adobe Creative Cloud Express, and it's a really cool tool that we're going to learn how to use that kind of will spice up what we were originally thinking about doing when we were going to just make like a Google slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually make a project, put pictures in, and then show you a little bit about how to add some fun features that will then give you locations that you can type information about your specific piece of technology that you wanted to share about with your flyer. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a couple of examples that I'm going to show you right down here at the bottom. So this is one of the recent ones that I kind of got up. I wanted to give you an example just so you could kind of see a finished project. I definitely wanted to show you something that kind of would help you see that, yeah, you can put pictures in there. Yes, I do, as part of your project, want you to put your picture in there as well. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But then just some information that goes on there. Now, don't forget to reference back to your directions because your directions will tell you the specific pieces of information you need to have on your flyer. So don't forget to go back there. Don't forget to go to your Google Classroom and read your actual directions and the assignment to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. But let's go ahead and get started. So to show you how to start from scratch or to create a new project. Now you can actually use templates if you would like. And that's one thing that I did at the beginning was I used templates. Now, one of the cool things that it already does is there's already some example templates that are here that you can look through and you can pick. Again, you don't have to pick the one that I did, which was right here. You can use any of these templates. And once you see all of these words on here, anything that's on there, you can get rid of and you can change and add your own thing. So really you're just looking at the text and the font and the style that you want to use for your own creation. And then you can go from there. And so that's really all that I did was I just picked something. I was like, hey, this is a cool little font. And so I'm just going to choose that. So let's say I wanted to choose this one as my actual piece. Or let's say I wanted to go down farther and maybe I wanted to make it like use one of these posters. Maybe I want to use this poster. So let's go ahead and let's just use this one. So I'm going to start from this one and I'm like, yeah, let's create this template. So now it's going to create the template for me and I can start putting things in. The biggest thing to note when you're working on this is, again, you can change any of this stuff. Do you want to have this type of big sign that's on there? Or do you want this sign that's on there? Any of these options that are down through here, you can put on your flyer. And again, don't worry about what it actually says on there because you can change any of those words. So this could be what you use, and then you have your invention's name on it. Or this could be what you use and you have a title or a heading that matches the specific section that you're going to talk about. So any of those things would work. All right, so let's start talking about and looking at how to edit once we've chosen the actual design template that we want to use. Well, I know I'm not talking about microphones, so instead of having the microphone there, let's say I want to click on this image, which I did, and let's say I want to replace it. Now, maybe instead of a microphone, since I'm working specifically on maybe the ship and I'm doing my research project over the caravel, I can actually do type in the word boat and it gives me options. So maybe I want to use one of these instead. So let me click on this one and it will change it. And so I can change that icon to anything that I want to match what it is that I'm talking about. Let's say that up here at the top, I just want to put an image in. It's very, very important that we're putting the images of our inventions in there. So if I'm doing the caravel or I'm doing the chronometer, um, I want to make sure that I've put that in there. So, for example, if I want to add a photo, I can click photos and I can upload a photo. Now, again, these are all the different photos that we would have on there. Again, I gave you some photos that you can download so that way you can have them. So let's say that I wanted to go ahead and use chronometer as my specific topic that I'm going to be talking about. So there it is. Now the cool thing is with this activity that we're doing is I'm going to show you how to do some neat tricks along with it. So here's the picture. Once I click on it, I can actually remove the background of this image. So that way, all that extra stuff, it's not on there anymore. And now I'm all done. I can click this check mark and say I'm done removing that image. Now this image is just in there and it's just a cool additional piece in there and that the text will be around it and stuff and just kind of makes it a little bit more flashy and fun. And so you can check that out. Now, again, all these things can be changed here. So right here, maybe I'm going to put the title of what it is. So the chronometer, I can put right there and type that word in there. So to change the text, when I click on the text up here, you can see there's different parts that I need to click on. So here is the text. It's currently grouped, but again, I can just click on this one and maybe instead of this word, I'm going to type in what it is that I'm going to be talking about. Okay. And then this section up here, maybe I'm like, you know what? I just want the one word on there. So I can just hit backspace and I'm going to get rid of that completely. And with this word that's here, we can click on it. Maybe I want to make it bigger. So that way it's more of the focus of what it is that I'm doing. Again, you can see how big it is here already listed. And so that can be a big roll of it. I can change the font size here if I would like and make it even bigger if I wanted to. But again, that's completely up to you guys and how you want to put that on there. And maybe you look at this and you're like, I don't like this. Maybe I want to replace this image as well. And maybe I want to do there's some fun illustrations and some fun new frames. And so maybe I can check all of those out. And there's a see all button here. So maybe if there's a whole bunch of these elements and I click see all, maybe I can say, man, maybe I would rather do one of these instead. And so I can just click on that and it can change it up. So yeah, I can move that up there. That looks good. I can move my word on. Awesome. And so again, I got my stuff on there. I can type my different things. Now remember, you need your headings in there. And again, go back to your assignment to look at what your headings are going to be, what specific things I want to know about your topic. But again, all you have to do is click, and then over here to the side, you can edit text and do that and put that in there. If you want to put more text in there, just hit the text button and it gives you options, and you can scroll down here. And as you keep going down, if you wanted to put in like little text boxes and things, you can just click on that and it's going to go right into your document. You can see it down through here. I can change the text. The black doesn't really show up well, and all my other text is white, so I can do that. And now I have more text on here. If I want to get rid of it, hit the backspace button, it gets rid of it. But yeah, you're just going to play around, have fun. You get 2 days to work on this. So don't feel stressed to get it done in all one day, especially because you got to watch the video first to kind of learn how to do it and kind of play around with it and see how you want everything to be set up. But one other thing that I want you to do, besides putting pictures in there, besides typing the different things that you need to write about, because you're going to be writing on there not just what this is and why it was important, but you're also going to be writing in there a little bit about it, explaining it. And so you're going to need to be able to have time to do the research and be able to maybe look back at this document that was in Savas and read more about it and read the information. So that way you can get that information typed in for your display. But also, here's the other fun thing. I want you to put your picture in there. So in Adobe, when you add, so if I'm going to add a photo of myself, we have some things. I'm going to again upload a photo, and then I'm going to go back to my recents. But you can simply, using your camera, you can take a fun photo. Maybe you want a photo of like, or a photo of maybe you pointing up, or a photo of you giving a thumbs up, or any of those things. Just like a fun photo that kind of showcases your personality and lets you have a little fun with it. But you're gonna take a fun photo, and then once you've taken that fun photo, you're gonna put your photo on your flyer, kind of like a, hey, this is my story about my new invention that I wanted to do. So to do that, again, I'm just gonna go to where my files are. We know how to do that on our computer, but I'm just gonna insert a picture. Okay. And then again, when I click on the picture, if I want to remove the background, I just click remove background. There it is. And so now I can even line me up. Oh, sorry, I forgot. And you guys may do this as well because I've had this mistake before. I can just click undo if I've done something I don't want to do. Whenever I've removed the background, I got to remember that I have to click the check button here to say that I'm all done and that they did a good job removing the background. So now I can put my photo here, and it looks like I'm talking and announcing what it is that I'm going to be sharing about with my flyer here. So this is a fun activity. It's meant to just spice up a little bit of what we would normally do with just Google Slides and making a little presentation, but it's just a fun way to let you guys explore a new piece of technology and share what it is that you learned in class about the really cool inventions that were made that helped with early exploration. So have fun with it. Message me private messages on the assignment if you have questions, and let me know. But have fun, boys and girls, and hopefully I will see you soon.